Welcome to the Purple Party known as Purple Nerd Channel, home for all those who geek out on all things Prince related. Now then, it was a couple months or so ago that I did a full review / exploration on Prince's album Around the World in a Day, where I go through each song and really the whole history behind the album, like I've done with all of Prince's albums for the most part. There's a few I still have yet to do, but I will eventually get to them. Anyways, that video will be at the end of this video, so you can go ahead and check that out. As today, I will be attempting to rank all the songs from Around the World in a Day. And since there are no bad songs on this album, I will be ranking them from best to most best. And just really quick, in case you didn't know, just real brief history. Around the World in a Day was released on April 22nd, 1985, making it to #1 on the Billboard Top 200 and selling just a little bit over 4 million copies. This was Prince's follow-up to Purple Rain, and many people were shocked and surprised of what we got with this album, as this is definitely not another Purple Rain album. This isn't Purple Rain Part 2. This is a very eclectic sounding album that mixes all kinds of different types of musical genres, from world music and orchestration. Of course, we get that Prince funk, there's R&B, there's rock, there's jazz, and we even get a little bit of that psychedelic vibe as well. So let's go ahead and get into the ranking of these songs. There are 9 songs, so if you want to play along at home, go ahead and make yourself a list of 1 through 9 and go ahead and make your list of best to most best and see how much we compare to one another. And I shouldn't have to do this, but it is YouTube, it is social media. Everything I'm about to say is my own personal opinion. No facts here, just my own personal opinion. So you have been warned. So let's go ahead and kick things off with number 9, Paisley Park. Now, right then and there should tell you how epic this album is when Paisley Park is at the bottom of the list, because comparatively speaking, Paisley Park is a really good song, but compared to the rest of the songs on the album, I think it's the weakest entry. So Paisley Park is at number 9. So next at number 8, I'm doing Around the World in a Day. So while everybody else during this time period was playing like the singles game, like they're just trying to get that one big hit, a lot of people end up becoming a one-hit wonder because of that strategy. Prince was all about making albums, and this is a great opening for this album. And if you really think about it, like think back about pretty much all of Prince's albums, he has always been like fantastic at kicking an album off. And this really sets the tone that you're about to hear something really different. As once the music starts and you hear that really unusual kind of like scream type note he does, it gives you like a mystical vibe and to let you know we're about to go someplace else. So at number 8, I have Around the World in a Day. And at number 7, I have Tambourine. And I play my tambourine. And again, although I appreciate the uniqueness of the previous 2 songs, I know Tambourine kind of plays in that same let's take a random object and somehow make it sexual, which Prince has always been really good at. It is the percussion arrangement and performance that is like out of nowhere and is very, very unique. And it's hard to believe that it's not something computer generated. And honestly, it's just a really fun song. So at 7, I have Tambourine. And at number 6, I have America. This is definitely a song that just gets your blood pumping. I mean, the groove is just non-stop. And Prince, yeah, he's diving into that little bit of a political touch, but he's not going too deep. He's not claiming a side or anything like that. But with it being such a dance-friendly track and he's teaching a little something, I kind of like that mixture. So at number 6, I have America. And at number 5, I have Pop Life. Pop Life is one of those songs that definitely stands the test of time. Because when I first heard this song, I couldn't believe it was from an album this far back because it sounded so current and relevant at the time. And similar to America, he's talking about some really serious subject matter, but it's kind of covered up with this really fun and unique sound of joy from the musical production. So at number 5, I have Pop Life. And at number 4, I got Raspberry Beret. Now then, I bet you most of you are shocked because you were pretty much assuming that I was going to have Raspberry Beret, the biggest single from this album, as number 1. But that's not the case. I don't play to the masses like some people do. Now then, I like Raspberry Beret because we really get to hear some of Prince's storytelling. You know, he's always been good as a songwriter, but I think sometimes people forget that he's also really good lyrically at telling a narrative. And this is a pretty fun one. Plus, the chorus and the melody is super catchy. So at number 4, I have Raspberry Beret. And at number 3, I have Condition of the Heart. Now then, Condition of the Heart is a song that, you know, it's just a piece of music that stands alone very well. And at times when I've listened to this album, sometimes it doesn't feel like it belongs with the album, but I think that's just because it just stands out so much. Because it really goes and shows that Prince is a classically trained musician, artist, songwriter, and composer. And we get a vocal performance that just shows how magnificent of a singer Prince was. So at number 3, I have Condition of the Heart. And at number 2, I have Temptation. Now this song somehow blends like a rockabilly chorus with, dare I say, grunge level guitar work, but there's some horns mixed in too. And what he does vocally, he does things that don't sound like they come out of a human being. Like, how many cough drops did he have to take after he did this recording? And did he have a voice the next day? Now then, the reason that I don't have it ranked number 1 is, although super creative, the whole him having a debate with God gets a little weird at the end with his like screaming in falsetto no. I don't know why, but when he does that portion, it like just throws me off, where the conversation that he was having was actually pretty interesting and I found it very significant. So at number 2, I have Temptation. So in case you couldn't figure it out already, I have at number 1, The Ladder. This song is the centerpiece of the album. It's literally the centerpiece of the album cover, and it really does connect the songs before it and after it with the narrative of finding the steps to get you to heaven, and how all these material things in the world, even the collecting of not only money and things, but the collecting of people as in lovers, it doesn't mean anything in the end. And Prince's performance on this song, as far as him doing basically a spoken dialogue of telling this story and then just smacking you upside the head with a gospel inspired chorus with all of his acrobatic vocals and screams, it just takes you to a different place spiritually. So thank you for joining me on this episode. Please like and share this video. And if you wouldn't mind, please subscribe to the channel. It really does help the channel grow. Down in the description below, you can find all the other links to all the other places you can find me on social media. So until the next episode, I wish you heaven.